Alright. Here we go. We are hopping into starting locations once again. Welcome, everybody. We're back with another stream. So, once again, we had some more stuff happen between this session and the last. Down in the Undercity, we had Talaris finally get a bit upset that we set up a clinic down there in their territory. So now they want us to be paying rent. And in return, we will get a greater cut on the magical pill deal that we have going on. We're going to be getting 65 of that cut. 65% of all profits made. So that's pretty nice. Aside from that, on Saturday's session in the row, Sloan helped the two people from Saniti, Mr. Ivor Tillman and his clone, Ash, do some firearm training down in the arena in the row. So, showed him how to shoot some weapons and such. Oh yeah, and in addition, a big thing happened on Friday where the person that had a few sessions ago bombed some of the gates in the upper city, a shapeshifter, it turns out, was found down in the Undercity, and we had temporarily had them in custody. But then, Mars had busted in through the gates seemingly out of nowhere and demanded that we hand them over. Whilst that confusion was happening, the shapeshifter had shifted into a bug and flown away. So there's now a Priority 1 search throughout the city for any shapeshifters, and Nirvana's handing out scanners to try and find the person. Other than that, we've got all of our other regular projects going on up here with all the various stuff with Saniti, Talaris, and the stuff with the Sovereign going on. That's going to be fun. But yeah, back at it. Another day in the Upper City. Working away. But I do hope that you guys are all having a wonderful day so far, and that you can enjoy the stream. Hope the sound is doing alright. Everything sounds good. We got quite a few things to go through. Just checking through the whole list. Yeah, this should be interesting. Oh yeah, also, this Wednesday, I'm going to be planning on doing a stream of some horror maps in VR chat with some friends. So, I hope that I can see you there, because it should be fun. I'm kind of a wuss when it comes to horror stuff, so I'm probably going to be really jumpy. But it should be a fun time. But back to things today. I believe that we're expecting another visit from our sovereign friend, to be working more on the whole synthetic project and such. And that progress is coming along well. We also need to do more work on the pill project. Samples are still being studied. Got a whole bunch of things in the works. Oh, and Dr. Zax will not be joining us today, so our little lizard friend will not be here, sadly. But we do have Dr. Mason and Miss Harper still, so. And there we have it. Official start. So, I suppose something I should follow up on from next week is making that fake security footage. See if we can do that, so. Let me see if we can start off right off the bat with that. Another day in the Upper City.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello. Sloan would like to continue working on the footage. Yeah.
Alright. You're working along, trying to snip different pieces of audio and video together, and you're making decent headway with it. You believe that you're about 75% done.
It's coming along well. Excellent. Thank you. Just a bit more work. Nearly there. So, as a reminder, the footage that he's working on is that a former Nirvana person working here, Miss Constantine, was strangely shifted in personality and seems to be working for Atlantis now. So Sloan is making a contingency plan for that person in the case of an emergency, that he has some fake footage of that person saying that they wanted their Lazarus protocol to be turned off. So that's what he's working on. Another fine day. Let's see what we can get up to today. Frames are a bit chuggy today. Oh, hello. Welcome. Good morning.
Greetings, sir.
Good morning, Dr. Mason.
Morning, Mr. Sloan.
Aye. It seems that we'll be expecting another visit from our sovereign friend at some point today.
I see.
Aye. We also have...
There's another meeting with him, eh?
Indeed. We also have some meetings lined up with Saniti and Talaris.
I see. Well, on radio 25, I believe, right?
Indeed.
I'll be on there, and when the meeting starts, let me know.
Very well.
I think for now, maybe get back to work on my project I had.
Aye.
Still got to work on some of the other parts of it. Yes.
Very well. I wish you luck.
Go see with Dr. Harper, see if she has the components I'm looking for.
Aye. I believe she just went into the clinic.
Let's see. Thank you.
Hello there.
Here too. There's going to be a banquet being hosted by Waldo in the Atlantis Gala. You Nirvana's representatives are invited, and they are allowed to bring a +1. May I send this to you, or would you like a physical copy?
I'll take a physical.
Alright, here you go, sir. And they hand you a card with all the information about it.
Very well.
Alright, thank you. Be sure to tell anyone. I will send this to you just in case. And you can share it with the other representatives.
I see. And when was this
Thank
happening
you.
again?
Have a good... Oh, next week. Next week. I forgot that part. Apologies.
Aye. Very well.
Next week. Alright, thank you. Have a totally cubular day. I hate myself.
So, a banquet, eh?
I hope your project goes well.
Thank you. Just take things I need and be on my way. Thanks.
No problem.
Now, by the way,
Good morning,
the
sir.
situations with the
Good morning.
other clinics under our jurisdiction, the Row and the Undercity, have yet to have a chance to go down there. Now, from what I've heard, it's
Things seem to be going
increasingly more,
fairly okay.
I've
Indeed.
heard some things were getting more violent there, but if they're going okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah,
Aye, the
There's a good
Undercity gets a
milestone
lot of
areas.
attention, but
Indeed.
things are running smoothly.
That is good to hear.
Indeed. I was just, greeted by a Woto representative that told me that there's going to be a banquet next week. That supposedly a Nirvana
I
representative
remember
can
hearing
bring
about
a
that
plus
while
one.
back.
So I suppose we can
Yeah,
tackle
thought
that
about
at a
this
later
long
time.
ago. Indeed.
But in any
So, what's
event,
on the docket for today?
aye, we have another visit lined up from our sovereign, I believe, at some point today. And we also need to speak
Ah,
with
wonderful.
both Dolores and Zaniti, as well as bring up the
Indeed.
business that had happened in the Undercity with Mars.
Yeah,
What happened on the
we do
Undercity?
need,
I'm not sure if you heard the report, but there is apparently a anti-corp shape-shifting terrorist that is going around the city that is a priority 1 target right now. The entire city is on the search for them. In fact, I would like scanners to be handed out to each other corporation and make sure that every guard and employee is properly scanned to make sure that they are who they say they are.
Understood.
But whilst this
Shapeshifters,
individual
very dangerous
was
thing.
temporarily under our containment, Mars had seemingly busted in out of nowhere with 3 guards demanding to hand over the target. So, I would like to have those guards investigated for any sort of connections with the terrorist.
and, paying for damages to our clinic.
Aye,
It
indeed.
seems they shot the door open and proceeded to walk in with their guns drawn, which is not a very pleasant thing to do at a clinic, I would say.
Indeed.
Understood.
But
Not to
this
mention they
whole...
pointed guns at us, Talaris, and a Wodo representative. That's quite a serious charge, I'd say.
Indeed.
Whoever those guards were.
This whole situation reeks of a deeper problem of either those guards being paid off or someone higher up in Mars is working with this shapeshifter.
I agree.
Who knows? Well, we'll find out after the questioning.
Aye.
Really.
But along with that, I would like further research to be made on these samples, as well as this project with the pills I believe will be tackled further today as well.
Yes, I shall prepare the magical plant fibers for preparation for that experiment. Hopefully we get good results.
Indeed. But I believe that first things first, we should try contacting Suniti and Talaris and get a meeting together discussing the sovereign business.
Indeed.
Agreed. Preferably that'll be done before they arrive today.
Indeed, which is why I would like it to be done immediately.
Sounds good to me. Where to first?
Well, I propose that you, Miss Harper, could head to Saniti, I could head to Talaris, and Dr. Mason, you could get started on the samples if you wished. Or you can tag along if you want.
I think for now, tag along, if that's fine.
Very well.
Very well.
Salami,
Off to
drop these
Saniti I go.
components off at the lab real quick.
Very well. We'll wait out here for a moment for him to deliver his supplies. But yeah, there's some interesting stuff going on that Saniti, Talaris, and Nirvana are all looking to possibly work together to stop this sovereign from doing what they're trying to do. Because as the project is currently going, Nirvana has made a synthetic humanoid form that the Sovereign wanted to have a layer of skin put over and have intelligent AI cores put into, so that essentially looks and seems and acts like a human. But during our last meeting with them, they had revealed that this Sovereign actually has some kind of magical spirit behind them that allows them to make a magical wish that will take 5 years off of their life. And what they're trying to do is move their soul into this human synthetic thing and basically become immortal. So the corporations don't want that to happen. So we're going to be trying to put a nix on that in some way or another. But our best bet is with Nirvana's been putting plenty of failsafes into the chassis itself. The robot form is made out of a form of metal that's
Seems to
very
be no one
weak
at
to
Saniti.
cold.
I shall join you at Talaris.
Wrong hit.
And
Very well.
my way there.
But yeah, there's kind of a 3v1 going on with this Sovereign at the moment. Well, that's what this meeting is going to try and solidify and see what everyone's thinking. Ready to head out?
Seems Saniti is empty right now, so we'll be seeing Dr. Harper at Talaris.
Indeed.
A very special project that we have. Seems they'll be entering town today.
I believe we've been talking about doing the same thing.
Oh, wonderful.
We're currently in a small meeting.
I'm with them.
We're currently
Dr.
having a
Daniel
meeting
Mason
over
and
something, but
Nirvana.
after that we'll be glad to
Very well.
we'll come right to Nirvana.
Very well.
Excellent. I look forward to the meeting.
As do I.
Alright then. So the meeting will be held later at Nirvana.
It would seem.
Indeed.
Alright then.
As for Saniti, I'm not sure where they went. There was no one to answer the door.
Aye, that is an interesting point.
Perhaps they went to Nirvana already.
Perhaps.
Seems to not be the case.
Hmm.
In any order, before this all gets started, I think I might grab some breakfast. And then head back here quickly.
Aye, I might join you.
As well.
Prior to the meeting, after all. Could be a busy day.
Hmm.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Seems quiet.
Very. Oh, why hello there.
Hello again. You've gotten the invite. Have you shared it with?
Aye.
Alright, thank you. Have a lovely tubular day. I hate all subscribe.
Well,
Life is torture for some.
it would seem. Hmm.
I know what the one was. There was something else. There was the sedative. There was blood. There was the clinic.
Good morning.
Hey, we came here to talk like stuff, like business and things.
Very well. What in particular?
But we wanted to talk about this like indoors and stuff, you know, like in the office.
I see. Very well.
Very well.
Before
You
you're
might
allowed
be
inside.
First, to make sure you are who you are.
Oh yeah, is this the? I also have my like ID or whatever, so you can scam me. It's
Oh.
fine. I know there's a bunch of like shapeshifters or stuff going around.
Yep, checks out. Very good. Wonderful.
Indeed. Right this way.
Yeah, you can wait out there. It's totally fine. Hey, I'm like dying. Hold on. Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
Alrighty. Right this way,
Maybe,
please.
like the boardroom or the offices or like whatever. There's probably gonna be some paperwork. So.
Perhaps the office.
Very nice. It's always good to have a nice change of scenery.
Indeed.
The boardroom's always fun though. It makes us feel important.
But there is a water cooler up here, which is kind of nice.
The water cooler is always nice. What does Nirvana have? They probably have like some kind of like vitamins and stuff in their water. What has got
Yeah,
like
we have
huge
vitamin water.
Lars has like fancy like like sparkling water and stuff. Can I get comfortable?
I suppose.
Hell yeah! Hold on. Hold on. This is a good spot over here.
that over here?
Hold on. I'm disoriented. Yeah. Oh, hold on. I'm a master. Oh my god, there you go. I'm very athletic. Anyways, yeah, no, I guess I'm seeing like paperwork. Hold on. There we go. Anyways, we totally want to do some like business with like Nirvana. First of all, I actually wanted to kind of like inquire about the whole clinic situation that happened in the Undercity and stuff.
Aye.
Anything like Nirvana can tell us before I like bring out like some stuff?
Well, we certainly are going to be putting in an investigation onto the guards that were involved, as we believe that,
The guards?
as they
Like
had,
the Mars ones?
indeed, they had showed up seemingly out of nowhere. So that
Yeah, they
means
also
that,
specifically said that they wanted the backstory that we had just detained, that we had like no information on. So it's kind of unusual that like Mars would suddenly be super interested in this random tobacco that we had just pulled like off the streets, and they knew exactly where we were. They also were willing to blast open a clinic to get them. So
indeed,
yeah,
I want
I
a
was thinking
formal
actually with,
investigation into acts of terrorism.
I also want, what I'd suggest doing, and we could do this after our conversations, is we get Nirvana, to Lars, and Wodo together, and we go to Mars and talk about this directly to them. All of us together, that we don't have like 20 different conversations where we all tell each other like different things. We can just go to them and make our like demands or whatever we want, or explain the situation to them. Yeah, well, I mean, I think they know the situation. I don't, that's a full-on fucking squad down there. It's not just one.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Anyways.
Short, sweet, and to the point.
So basically,
Anyways.
more as I see.
What
Indeed.
we want to know is, one, would Nirvana be willing to? I heard there was footage in the clinic by chance, like cameras or whatever. Would we potentially be able to get access to at least that specific time period? I don't care about before or after. I want that specific period because they specifically pointed a gun at my head, which does not make them look very good considering my position in Wodo. So I'd like to be able to get that on them.
Indeed, I can certainly see what we can do.
Not. Secondly, we were wondering, because I don't think we ever really got back to, on the whole blood sample that was being taken from the person. Because we never got like a blood sample or anything.
Aye, they seemed to slip away before we were able to get anything.
There's like nothing at all on them, I think.
It would seem.
That's unfortunate.
I did manage to get the needle in, but nothing came out.
Well, I mean, I guess they are like
Don't know if it was a
druid, like,
malfunctioning
changeling
needle
or whatever
or-
they are. So
Yeah,
maybe they
that's
don't
hard
have
to say.
blood. I don't know.
Possibly.
Birds.
They are. I don't know what they are because they apparently turned into a bug or what. Do you think the security footage had that too? That they just like turned into a bug?
Aye,
right
it
there?
should have captured it.
I
Guarantee it will.
would assume so. Yeah. So, in that case, I think that's all I needed to talk about on that because we'd probably need to go talk to Mars about that more. I had an idea. It was a really good idea, actually. Because we've had a bunch of people down in the row in Undercity kind of fucking with Wodo assets. In particular, we've had a lot of people like stealing like Wodo crates and stuff. And I was wondering if Nirvana would help us with that situation by providing a sedative that we can use. What we want to do is we want to actually put some kind of like sedative that can be like detonated on command. That way, when people take our Wodo cube crates, we can detonate it, and then we can knock out whoever's like stealing our Wodo crates, and then we can actually like jail them and stuff. I would
Aye,
assume a sedative would be
knockout
like, pretty
gas
easy
grenade.
for Nirvana.
Yes.
That should be very simple, I would
that
think.
can certainly be arranged.
We'll definitely like pay for it and
Yeah,
stuff.
I believe that could work. Have someone from Woto who's a bit more safer away from the action. If they get alert of these crates being stolen, activate a remote charge. That could work.
Yeah, we probably have like guards too, just like on hand, and then of course yeah, pretty much that's all we need. Is just a sedative. I don't think it should be too difficult for Nirvana.
Aye,
One that
we
needs
could.
to be like it's not gonna be injection based, so it'd have to be probably like airborne.
Aye,
That might
If
be a
it
little bit
is,
more like
then
inhalation.
if it is, then I suggest putting some filters on your guards' helmets so they don't. knock
How
themselves
strong
out
would you
with the
want this to
sedative.
be? Out for an hour? Out for a few minutes?
Yeah, give it like maybe like 30 minutes or so. Not like one that's out for like super long, because that's probably If they take the cube from a guard and the guard has the fucking device on, they're not gonna get very far, and so they don't need to be out for very long, you know. And if it does backfire, you know, I don't want like any like Wodo employees being out for like fucking like months or whatever, and it just needs to be like a minor thing. So.
Very true.
Indeed.
Indeed. I see.
We can also have it be set up that we could link it to the place that the crates are stored, that if they leave the building they could be set off, without the proper clearance codes.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'll work too. If somebody like tries to like tamper with it.
Indeed.
Yeah, I think we'll have to go to Atlantis for the whole like tracker device stuff, but you know that's okay. We'll get Atlantis to something like that again, because I don't think yeah, we would definitely want like the best of the best for like the water cubes. So and that's probably the best tracking devices.
Very well.
I believe we could find some way to get a anti-theft device on it then.
Indeed.
And we can sure provide the gas. That should be easy for us.
Aye.
I could help with that.
It's just about getting the strength just right to get it to be about 30 minutes. We'll have to conduct some tests, I suppose.
Aye. It should not be difficult.
I think that's all Wodo needed. Was there anything else Nirvana needed while Wodo was still here?
I don't believe so.
Well, if that's the case, do we want to go try to grab Polaris and go to Mars? That way we don't get like too disorganized going off and like doing our own things. We just go back
Indeed.
to Polaris.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah, let's get this done.
I think so. Though I thought someone from Talos be coming here soon.
Aye, they will. But perhaps we
I
can
don't mind
catch them.
waiting then. If they said they were going to come here, I don't mind waiting.
Fair enough.
That is true. We could just wait.
Indeed. Make them come to us.
Well, I am a
But
busy
also,
man,
like,
so
get
I'll give them
distracted.
5 minutes.
Oh, actually. Okay, that's fine. You want to go wait outside?
Aye.
Yeah, we can
Might
open
as
and
well.
stuff. I'm going to do like a radio check real quick to see. Hello. Excellent. I'm still the
Yeah.
radio's working. No, our radio's like always fucking busted. What is like Lazarus?
It's our healthcare.
It's very fancy healthcare. It's got like a nice name.
Just a fancy name for a health insurance policy.
Aye.
Might get fooled on that one. What's it like the seats over here anyways? It's like clearly like some kind of like thing.
Relaxation.
Is it mineral air? You want to join me in there?
In a way.
It's mostly like muscle relaxants, things to calm me down.
Indeed.
Why does like nobody like ever use them in
The application.
Well, because we don't really have time to relax. We're always working.
Well, we definitely have like time
Sometimes a
now.
break wouldn't be bad.
Perhaps so.
And their use can be changed to other things as well. Aromatherapy. There's many uses for vapor. Which really, I guess, could even use this as a test for the knockout gas eventually. Since you can just put it in there and turn them on and see how long they stay out.
That's true.
Perhaps.
But what goes
We'll have
wrong,
to-
it like kills people and kills them out in the open and stuff. I feel like that would be like the best place to do it.
Well, we definitely go on the lower side than the higher side for start testing, I would think.
True.
I mean, it's also like a sedative. I'm pretty sure that's been like mastered for like like 5,000 years like now. So I
Oh,
don't
aye.
you
Yeah.
know, that wouldn't
It-
you know.
It'd be very hard to mess it up, I would say.
You would be surprised with things that seem really simple and easy to do, how people can fuck them up. You would be
That is
surprised.
true.
That's why we have taste testers.
Indeed.
I've like never seen like the hug bots and stuff. Apparently they like go around and like give people people hugging. Oh no, I actually did see one. I was like chasing one of the I think it was a person called like Ash. They were like a grow tender. Apparently they worked for the noodle shop, and now they're like like Suniti or whatever. Yeah, they were chasing them around. It was fucking funny.
Aye.
I believe that one is terrified of machines.
Oh, that's like mighty unfortunate. That's a good one. That's a good one to know. Guy fucking like drugged me or whatever in the grove.
How do they work for
Really?
I don't know.
I don't understand how you work for Suniti and you're afraid of machines.
I don't know how they got a job there. If I was there, I definitely wouldn't have gotten a job for them, considering like what they did. They tried to get like a job. First of all, they tried to get a fucking job at the Dirty Diamond. They really wanted to dance at the Dirty fucking Diamond. This is really embarrassing. But also, they wanted to get a job at like Polaris, but then they didn't get a job. Unfortunate.
Their motives confuse me as well.
Are you sure we don't want to like go to Polaris and like wait outside there? That way like they can't like fuck off.
They have 1 more minute.
Like, 1 more minute, man. Time's like super slow.
I could go run back to Wodo and get some refreshments if anyone wants some cubes, drinks.
That should
I
be
mean, if they
fine
want
for
stuff,
now.
sure.
I'll have a drink.
I kind of want a drink.
I'll take a drink.
Yeah, get me a drink.
I had a Woda
Okay,
cube
we have a lot of
about 5 minutes ago, so I'm pretty good on that front right now.
You, sir? Drink?
I should be fine for now. I've had my fill already.
I'd like a drink.
I'll go grab.
I might order like punch. I was actually thinking about getting some of the water in the water cooler, but like you're already out here now, so.
Yeah. Alright, I'll be right back.
I wonder who has like the best water, you know? Like
Yeah,
Solaris has
depends
got
on
like the
personal taste,
sparkly
I guess.
water. We got like the cube water. You guys got like the mineral. What do you think Atlantis would have? Let's see.
Seltzer.
What kind of like seltzer?
Yep, seltzer.
Let's see. What would
I
would
won't
Mars
be drinking
be?
that.
I feel like Mars would have like
Not a
the
big
extra
fan
like
of seltzer,
purified
though.
water. Cause that's like a military thing, you know. They have like their purification like systems and stuff. So they have like really like pure water.
Indeed.
Let's see. What about Kyoto? I don't know.
Water with electrolytes, so energy water.
Yeah, hell yeah. You gotta get your electrolytes.
Yes, no, probably that. So needy, bottled water. Great for travel.
It's gonna be called Kyotoade. There you go. Kyotoade.
Yeah, imagine Sunni's just bulk transport from mainland sources. The typical stuff.
Oh, they have like the spring water. Yeah. They have like
Yeah,
they have like
spring water.
off-world water. Like they have like all those like rare like brands or whatever.
Bottle
Yeah,
at the
like,
source,
I had
apparently.
I had such a great idea, by the way, to bring water into the wasteland and like turn it into like a terraforming pad. We take the warp gate,
Really?
we point it at the planet. We point it at the planet. We
I
take
think I know
a
where
like
you're going with this,
a
and I
rock.
love it.
We take one of those ice
Are you
planets,
gonna
probably like
put
a
a
random
warp
like
gate in
ice
the
planet in
ocean
the
or something?
galaxy. Yeah, pretty much. But like take one of those like ice
Oh my
planets, and
God.
we melt it down. We get the water to go through the warp gate, and then it goes, and it's like permanent like rain and stuff. It's genius.
Yeah.
Sweetie would love to do that.
That would sure be
It helps
something to
it-
see.
Either one
It
of
could be like a
an ice
vacation planet,
or
oh my
maybe
God.
a tidal planet. One of those
I know,
more
it'd be
aqueous
cool.
planets could work too, though. Make sure
I
it's
mean, yeah,
fresh
the
water, not
environment would probably
salt
be
water.
fucked up for like 100 years or so. Oh my God, water.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Just make sure
Mr.
it's fresh
Sloan.
water.
Thank you.
Salt water. Salt water would mess
Indeed.
up the land.
Salt water would be
Then
pretty
again,
bad. You can't drink that.
Then again,
Then again, if you're pouring
if
it on all that sand, it's gonna become salt water anyway. I guess.
Perhaps. Then again, if it were from an ice planet, hopefully it's if it's from an ice planet, then it should be fresh. If I'm correct, salt water does not make ice really well; it makes more of a brine.
Their time is up. We can head to Talaris.
Alright then.
Oh hell yeah. Let's get them. They're gonna have totally forgot. I bet they probably like wandered off and stuff. I also said I would come back too, but you know, I think the whole fucking clinic, you know, getting shot at, my head almost getting blown up by like a Mars guard, and then like the lock and their stuff trampled on. I think it's more important than like fucking whatever I had. So.
looky who's here. Don't even have to go to Mars.
Oh.
Hmm.
Well,
Interesting.
well. And it's the head. It's the head too. What is his name? Like, yeah, like Elias or whatever.
Aye.
I haven't talked to Mars in like fucking like a month or whatever. Ever since we like fucking got rid of our contract or whatever. They haven't even like come and said hi to us.
Hmm.
I guess we have
Oh yeah, this is thanks to the local shapeshifter.
Hello.
Yeah, I can't trust anyone these days.
Okay.
Did you not hear?
Local what now? No.
Who sent
Well,
the
I might
guards
have
then?
done, but all stories are different. I don't know what.
Oh, this is what we came here to talk about, actually.
Indeed.
We want to save this for.
Wonderful. Join the group then. Let's have a chat.
Mm-hmm.
What's this about a
Alright,
fucking
yeah, I guess this is...
shapeshifter?
I don't know if we want to.
I might check your ID again.
Again. I mean, I'm
Check your
paranoid
ID.
or whatever,
I mean,
but-
you did disappear, so...
I did
Better to be
disappear,
safe.
yes,
Chat
okay.
inside, maybe.
Hey, guys,
Away from prime.
You want to check
news.
all their IDs too?
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
Thanks.
May I see your ID?
Alright. Let's wait for everyone to get their IDs scanned, I guess.
There we go. ID. You want as well?
You join us, Skylark?
There we are.
Yes,
Mr.
everybody-
Cross.
Wonderful. I do need to talk to you as well. Oh shit. I do need to talk
Yeah,
to you as well.
You know. I understand.
That
but
was
also-
As part of this meeting.
Excuse me.
That's why I kind of want
Okay.
to chat with you, actually.
I'm sorry, what?
As part of this meeting, Ivana would also like to be handing out bioscanners to the other corporations for a price to have higher security in checking individuals.
Between you and me.
Okay,
I know
but,
you've
Mm,
been
let's
trouble
say that for
recently.
after.
That does
Okay,
sound
so I'll
agreeable.
be vague. I know you've been trouble
We
would
recently. I
appreciate
want you to
that,
know that a couple
and
of
I understand the
questions
price.
I'm very aware of and will be receiving a bump in the
But
head
let's
by the
take
end
care of
of
this meeting first, and
Don't
then...
worry. your
Okay.
trouble
Very
will
well.
soon
Further.
have an end. I have no tolerance for
Well,
choices.
there's something we can talk about this.
Alright,
Let's talk about this now.
I
Over, like,
should probably get
over
Anessa to
something.
get you
Actually,
proper clearance.
How long, dude? How long is Anessa gonna be?
Anessa is currently in a meeting with some other people, but I'll radio them and they should be out momentarily.
Okay. I'm just trying to maximize our time or whatever.
Anessa, we have
There's actually a lot I want to add on to that.
three
There's actually a whole
corporations
lot.
out here wanting our attention.
I see. We can always have a chat in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And I
very
apologize for not
busy
like
day at
personally being able
Stars.
to, about the whole like the weapons like contract not being able to. Like, nobody was there when we like did that, so.
It's concerning Mars. It
Oh,
might
So
is
have
that's
right.
why, like, I feel bad for like not being able to do it in person or whatever.
Is my
but, like,
radio
no,
working?
It's nothing
You
personal.
over there.
Close phone,
distant.
nothing more. I've learned not to take it personally in a business adventure. Don't worry.
You're showing up my radio. Did you want me to call them in case yours is not functioning for them?
Yeah, that would be nice. Just in case. I apologize. My radio's been on the fritz for a while.
There's like a
Okay, they heard me.
Is there like a trash can like out here? Am I wrong?
Mr. Cross.
I can take
Yes.
that.
Definitely be like a trash can.
Miss
out here.
Skylar.
That's a yellow individual one you were speaking of.
I can take it.
Sure.
I don't see a
Yes,
trash
that
can.
is in fact the little bird that caused so much trouble in the Undercity. Just keep an eye on them.
Mate, what kind of trouble did they cause in the Undercity?
Oh, this is what I wanted to talk about
Shot
actually.
and stabbed
Sorry,
someone.
I've been on a spa holiday the last few days.
Yeah, we'll
It was
update
my
you on
birthday,
this.
you see.
Trust me,
you know.
we'll update you on this.
We
Oh, I
can
understand,
update
I
you on
appreciate it.
everything. That particular bird has been. It's quite the pain. Talaris would very much like words with them if it doesn't upset Mars.
Oh, trust me, and your ass and mine both. Lovely. Oh, God, alright, that's two on the
Seems to
chopping
have
block.
left, sir.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Like
Yep,
your
they
moves,
seem
by
to
the
have
way.
absconded.
What was that?
Like your moves. You were grooving.
Mm-hmm. It's because we have like the best like water and stuff.
I'm sure.
Besides, I'm fucking bored. It's like fucking nothing.
To be fair,
I'm
I'm-
full of like energy and stuff.
I feel a bit like a receptionist.
Yeah, no,
Tell you
I'm
what,
Yeah.
Tolaris actually give a shit about what I was going to say. My fault for not making a meeting, but I'm sure they can pop by the door when they're ready.
I would love to let you in, but currently, if I tried, you would be
believe
blasted
these might be
back by
yours.
the magic wards Anessa has set up, and only she can let you in.
Uh,
Wait,
So
what?
she couldn't even let us two in the foyer just to have
This
a
seems
chat
to have
behind closed
apparated
doors.
into my hand.
how? I
She'd
see.
have to be here.
Thank
Is
you.
what I'm saying. She'd have to
No,
be
she'd
here.
have to
to
come
let
all the
you
way down, open the door for us.
We are in
in. Have you
Tolaris.
entered Tolaris before? With the wards.
True.
No, I'm new.
Indeed.
Fuck it, it's my 4th day.
Also,
Sorry,
I mean,
I'm
the
still
business
working
that
out
we
the kinks.
wanted to do in here with like Nirvana and stuff also did involve, you know, Mars or whatever. So it's like you may as well just stay here and wait for this. That's why I'm like, if they're gonna take fucking like 20 years, we may as well go talk about our thing or whatever, and then you know come here. But I mean, it's gonna be one big group meeting.
Perhaps.
We may as well do it. So may as well just
How
have a little
about
bit
this?
of patience.
How about I
or
could let
whatever.
Anessa know that we're going to a different corporation. We can have a meeting there, and they can meet us later. How about that?
Okay, that's fine. Then he can like mediate
Out of
or like
interest,
talk
who
on
are
their
they in a
behalf or
meeting with
whatever.
at the moment, if you don't mind me asking? Just so I know why I'm waiting.
I don't know if I should tell you that.
Well, I'll see
he's
them
big
walk out the
fucking
door
business.
anyway, so it's not.
I mean,
it's not really-
I'll put this straight up to you. You have a head of Mars, a Wodo representative, and you have 3 Nirvana personnel here. So this better be like fucking
Yeah,
important, all right?
Alright. Anessa, we're gonna be heading.
It looks like she's on her way.
Never mind
You
then.
can see them.
Man, you know, being like 4'6" really does suck. You know, in the whole like, looking around department. Ugh. We can like jump. No, I can't.
You know what? How about we have this at Wodo so I can get a coffee cube on the way?
Okay. Do you think that they'll
Perhaps,
be able to, like,
though it
join us
seems
and
they're
stuff?
on
'Cause
the
I think
way.
Vanessa would want to be in on it.
I do believe
I
some
don't believe
people
I've ever been in the
coming.
Vodo boardroom.
Yeah, no, they're coming.
now.
Well, you know, I would
the
like
whole
some
business,
coffee anyways.
the important business involves Sonidi. Okay.
Mr. Cross, would you like a coffee cube?
Aerospace
And,
engineer, a
I can prepare one ahead of
robot.
time and have it delivered to the meeting room, or even a cup of actual coffee.
If you could grab me a coffee cube, I'll personally pay you 10,000 credits.
I mean, that's not necessary. It's just part of the job, and I will get one. Whether
Mr.
we stay
Tillman.
here or we move to Wodo, I can get one delivered to wherever.
Sloan.
Could you inform Dr. Valentine that I would like a meeting between them and Tolaris after we are finished here?
Specifically just Dr. Valentine.
Aye.
I would have invited.
And of course, I could speak with the two of you later.
The wards.
I would very much appreciate that. There's some things I'd like to go over.
Right.
If I'm not
Very well.
mistaken.
Have a good day.
Well, as
Thank
long
you.
as they're within a
You as
vicinity
well.
of someone holding a key, it's fine. This is
I
also why I
misunderstood,
give the
and that
guards
is
the
very
keys.
painful.
Wait a minute.
It's
So
not.
you're saying if we're inside Tolaris and there isn't somebody with a ward in there and they just fuck off when we're in there, then we're in trouble with something? Or is it
No,
just
no,
to
no,
get
no, no.
in?
It's on our gate.
Okay.
Oh, let's see.
If there were
Alright.
no guards and someone did not have the key specifically, which also I have recommended, if either of you see somebody trying to force their way in, move away from this door, the gates, please. If someone were to try to force their way in without either of the guards here or permission, they would be repelled back to, say, over there.
I see.
Very well. In any event, are you prepared for this meeting?
How wards work? We hear.
Yes. I do
Yeah,
believe
so
I am
I
quite
believe-
prepared.
I believe we should use one of the boardrooms for this. 'Cause there's
Yeah.
quite a few people
Aye.
that have
Indeed.
quite important
Well
things to
then,
talk about.
by all means, let's take them to the
If you could
boardroom.
grab a coffee cube and bring it to the Tolaris boardroom, that would
Yes.
be great. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
And my guard can stay out here. It's totally fine. Actually,
Cross, if you could,
Hey, Dick.
Yes.
could you lead them to the boardroom? I'll be just.
Can you go back to Wodo?
All right, we go into
back to
the
Wodo, and then I'll
ones on the left
contact
or
my-
straight ahead.
Thank you.
Straight ahead, the big boardroom. There's a lot of
Alright.
people here.
Yeah. Okay, and then
No.
come
All
back.
right, if you would
come
follow
back.
me,
Ah,
please.
it's nice to see you again.
This way.
We haven't been to Wodo in a while, and there's the whole shapeshifter
Thank you.
going on.
Likewise.
Please steer your gaze away from the right. I did see someone go to the right.
I think
Did
they're
you?
talking with their drone or whatever. So you haven't been informed by any of your like agents or like any like personnel like in Mars like whatsoever about like.
Let's get to this in the meeting.
Conversation in the boardroom.
Well, I'm just asking like ahead of time.
I've been given scratches and memos. At the very least, I at least have something to say.
Can I get
see you again?
Is that okay?
See you again.
Yeah, I'm not forcing you to stand. I mean, we have chairs for a reason.
Oh, this is how it be.
Oh, you mean on the table?
I like tables. Tables are comfy. I don't know why people use chairs. That's why we don't have chairs at fucking Wodo.
So that's
Alright.
how the world lays on the table.
Well, it's also to like encourage like like cardio, whatever, so like people like burn like calories and buy like more food or whatever. That's at least what I say. I don't know. We just don't have chairs,
Alright.
so I got used to like sitting on chair or like tables.
Are we missing anybody?
Nessa. I feel like Nessa would be like important.
Aye.
Unless I'm wrong, unless they're not gonna be here for this. Which is
No,
weird
they
'cause,
should
we
be
kind
here.
Yeah, we kind of like waited on them to do all this stuff for them, so.
Vanessa, are you coming to the boardroom?
As I don't think we've been properly
I
introduced.
forgot if you said you're doing something else.
I'm Amelia Skylark, I'm a Wodo representative.
Amelia Scarlet, pleased to meet you. Daniel Mason.
So what was the first name? What was the first name? I missed it.
Daniel.
There they are.
Daniel Mason.
Apologies.
Dr. Mason.
Could you hear me on the radio at all? Or is it broken again?
No, I did not. I guess it's broken. Thank you
Of course it's broken again.
very much.
I swear, to God, I hate it so much.
Thank you.
Now then, by all means, what is it that we can do for you today?
Oh boy, this is involving the whole clinic situation. I think you know about that. Anyone wants
I
to
believe
start?
we're updating Elias here on that.
Yeah, we do have more here.
Yes, forgive me, I'm a bit slow on the uptake, it seems.
That's fine.
Oh no, it's all good. As you say, you're on a hiatus. So
By all means,
as you are.
all of you are free to the tea provided.
Oh yes, there is
This is
tea
blended
on the
up
table
from the
for you.
Thank you.
I thought it meant
So
it
as
was
a
quite
quick,
nice for me.
I
as a quick
suppose.
update for our friend at Mars here, we had captured what we thought a Tabaxi terrorist who had bombed Polaris's gates and gas bombed that one over there.
They were identified them from the Wodo gas bombing. They were the same. They had like different hair color, but
And then, as we were detaining them, about what would you say, 5 or 7 Mars guards came storming in, guns blazing, saying they wanted the prisoner. So I would like, and we had no idea. So we planned on asking you, since you were acting head of Mars. But since you have no idea,
Convenient, I can clear the slate. No, this matter I do know about.
you do know
So,
about.
Let's get you all up to speed then. The individual in question is someone I've been aware of for about, well, a while. I had suspicions, nothing concrete. Though, with the advent of a shapeshifter. In short, this individual, when they were captured, they used things at their devices because they were my second in command. They used our emergency frequency to get themselves out of the hole they managed to find themselves in, and they have been working under my nose and against my company and my corporation.
Wait a minute.
So you're saying it was.
And I want you all to know, this issue is entirely under control, and she will not live the week. I'm waiting to see if she wants to do something that I believe she might try and do, and if she does try and do it, I'll kill her then. If not, she has a dead by date now. She's going to be executed in 7 days. Trust me, I won't tolerate any kind of weakness in my ranks, let alone a traitor.
Indeed. Excellent.
Especially one that's caused trouble to, well, some of the very fragile relations we have here. And also, while I'm on the stage, I suppose, I have information based off sightings from a few Mars representatives in the Row that Quixote and Atlantis are working together. On what we don't know, Conrad was in disguise with Craver, asking around. They talks to a known gun distributor as well, from my knowledge. Quite convenient that we're all met up here.
Yes.
Atlantis also has dirt on the individual in question, and has very clearly made it known that they wanted to poach them from our ranks and gain information before killing them, I'm fairly sure, based on their reputation. In short, I think there's a lot more going on under the surface than I realized initially.
Indeed. Before we tackle that subject, if I may, to cycle back to the first, in addition to the terrorist being executed, I would like reparations paid to the damages to the clinic stores.
Done.
Excellent.
Well, in that
it's
case,
nothing in recompense for what happened.
well, as well as the damage to our gates, if that's
Indeed.
all right.
Any reparations any of you feel like you are owed, feel free to request them. I will reimburse you fully.
It's a bit unrelated, but Wodo would like a refund on our security contract that we had about like a month ago. Because we do not believe that we were given our services.
Unfortunately, personnel numbers weren't as high as we'd have liked. It was completely out of our control, but if you feel like you are worthy of a refund, I'm happy to reimburse you once again. Relationships are far more important than business transactions at the moment, off-planet or otherwise. Any reparations, see them done.
And may I ask who in particular you're referring to when you say a second in command? Like, do you have, if you don't mind me asking, you'd like a name just to be sure?
I believe this is passed if you don't mind. This is no longer a matter of if you don't mind. This is a known terrorist committing acts of terrorism. This needs to be on the table.
Precisely, and I'm keeping a very close eye on them in the meantime. I would, however, if you can find it within your hearts, I would ask you to turn a blind eye for the remainder of the 7 days that they live in this system. And that's done. I want to see what their move is going to be. And I want to see if they're working with anyone before I kill them. If that's alright,
well,
I'd appreciate it. If not, I will happily publicly execute them later today. If that's what it takes to reimburse your faith in us.
To pipe in, the only caveat I would have to letting them run around more is that I wish a discreet tracker to be put into them, that we know where they are at all times.
There's a microchip in their blood. Don't worry, I know where she is at all times.
Very well. I want that information shared with everyone
I'm not
here.
sure if any of you have seen the combat synth that trails around with her. I've given her misuse to gun her down any sign of aggression, more or less. I want you to know that everyone's safety is imperative to me. I don't care about the terrorist, I just want to know what she's doing. If she perishes before I can find information, oh well, there's always other mouths.
Indeed.
Indeed. I feel that is agreeable enough on our end. After all, if we can find the root of the problem and other sympathizers, root them out and have them keel-hauled and marshaled, so to speak, the better.
Indeed.
Citizens for us.
I would like an investigation put onto the guards that were called in specific as well, to see if they have any terrorist ties.
They've already been dealt with. The moment
Very
I heard
well.
about the incident, I had them court-martialed after questioning under psychosomatic drugs.
Well,
any information they could have given us has been squeezed out.
Would that information be provided for us? Because while we do like that you actually held your employees accountable for the situation, this could also be viewed as destroying evidence, potential evidence related to this case. So whilst
Indeed.
I'm all about, punishing employees for their, I would like this stuff to be informed about other corporations like ahead of time.
I'm telling you as I know, I'm afraid. I have been off planet. Though I am sorry that the information is coming late. I would offer the individual to any of you to, well, do what you would with. However, the individual is hard-coded through hypnotic trance to kill themselves upon capture of an enemy vessel by any means necessary. This, however, does have a caveat. There is a kill word that I can utter that if they do anything even slightly out of the ordinary, they will be overcome by the urge to end themselves. They are not a danger anymore. I want you all to know that. And they will suffer for what they've done to all of you. And to my corporation's name. Happy? Sorry, I get quite into it. I'm just a bit, I feel like I've stepped into someone's shitty shoes. Oh, language.
Understandably so.
Aye.
Tea.
Nirvana would have one last request. I do have complete confidence in your skills, but as a contingency, Nirvana would like a sample of the shifter in question.
Blood or flesh sample?
Both, preferably.
I'll have it done.
Excellent.
Also, I'd like to loop back around to the person, the name of this individual.
Do you want their current acting name or the initial name that they were born with?
Both.
Yeah, give us everything.
I've given you everything that I'm at liberty to give you. If you want more, you'll have to go higher up than me. Off planet.
Oh, that sounds like a bunch of paperwork. So you can't give us like any names?
Her name is Dace Valentine.
Excuse me.
She was a child soldier reared during an experimental phase during a war on Titan. Orphans trained from birth using biochemical drugs. She's trained to kill, and trained to obey orders without question. She's one of 8. The rest are all dead. She's a dying breed anyway. Her loss won't be much.
Would you have
I
any
can't tell you
evidence to support that the other 7 are dead?
Only the word of battlefield reports and death certificates. I can have my deckers looking deeper though if you'd like, though I feel like that might be research you can do yourself.
Aye.
I also think it's a bit.
As far as I'm concerned, I'd like to sweep it under the rug.
Understandably so. This, after all, has tarnished Mars's name and reputation a fair bit. Very well, I think these are all agreeable. I was actually about to suggest, before we had this meeting, to gather those with grievances and take it up to the Union, but since we're all here and we've all already made our decisions, I don't believe that's a course of action we need to take anymore.
Aye.
I'll see a reason to bring Union on this, besides they're just gonna make this a fucking bigger mess than it actually needs to be.
To be fair, that was a concern of mine, but I am
Besides,
still...
as far as I'm concerned, nobody else besides in this room needs to know about this situation.
I would agree.
True. True.
Indeed.
I believe it would be wise not to pull the Union into things.
And
Speak of the devils.
I'll go and
Yeah,
handle
well,
that.
You want to go handle that, or?
I'm closer
you
to the
go
door, I might as well.
Of course, of course. Yes, all of this sounds agreeable enough, and I
Well.
do hope everything gets back to normal
Yes, well, I just hope I have something to show for the stress. While I'm here, actually, is there anything any of you want to mention other than what we've discussed already? The floor is any of yours.
Well, I would like to
Interested
bring
in
back
what's
up
going
that
on?
point that you had discussed about Atlantis and Quixote. Is there more that you could tell us about that?
Push that.
Yes. That.
My information based off guard sightings and the words of the known terrorist, under oath at the very least, are that, once again, Conrad and Craver were walking together, Conrad in disguise with a single astral guard present, in full armor. I'm imagining of Quixote design given the company. You saw this as well, did you?
The Atlantis person there said that they were a lieutenant, but they refused to give their name.
I see. My witness does have one. Well, they basically told me that they saw them walking towards a known gun distributor. He does own a reputable store, mind. However, what they have any business with anyone in the row, I do not know. Though I have been trying to get information on a Nirvana girl in Atlantis at the moment, which I was going to ask you lot about.
The stuff I was down there with, because I was hanging out with them for a little bit, and of course they probably wouldn't do anything super interesting with me around, anything top secret. But they did have somebody try and deck into their systems apparently. I can't remember if they actually caught the person or not, but they did end up strolling down the road a little bit, talking to people, to try and find a decker. And eventually, apparently, Craver did find the decker and murdered them and laid their body outside of the Dirty Diamond. So that might be related as to why they're going around looking for people. I don't know if they're exactly going to a gun distributor, as they were just going to pretty much everyone to, the whole decking situation. So I was there for most of that.
Oh,
So
lovely.
I was
Well,
there
nice
with a
thing
lot
to
of them, but I
stress
guess
about
that
then.
might have been earlier.
Solaris has been cautious making dealings with either of them, as, if I recall correctly, well, the good, I'm going to stress that as sarcastically as I can, Dr. Augustine was here. He confided into me that he was kidnapped by the two and beaten a fair bit. As for the reasons why, he kept that sadly close to chest. But he did mention to me to not trust them, even remotely. With my firstborn, my life insurance, or any sort of investment I could ever make.
From the sounds of it, Quixote and Atlantis are getting a bit too big for their boots.
I agree.
If they think they can kidnap a head and get away with it. Tell me, why was anything done when this happened, or?
We had a search team out and about to rescue them. Thankfully, they did make it in time. However, I do not believe Conrad or Craver were there personally at the time, so it was likely while they were around.
Nothing that could be linked back to them.
Yes.
Well,
nothing concrete to be linked back, unfortunately.
we have a straggler. Also, Union just wanted to check and make sure. Oh, this is Maroon. He's an employee of Talaris. He's trustworthy. He had his ID checked as well. We were checking our own people.
Isn't that like some row swimmer?
I was.
I hired them
exactly
after
the person to be having here these, conversations.
He's trustworthy enough.
With all due respect, I would like only those of highest status present for this meeting.
Unfortunately, my trust has been shaken a bit recently. I'm afraid your word might not be enough in this matter.
Fair.
Okay, that's fine.
Maroon, if you could,
Sorry.
wait outside.
I'll head to the labs and start working on some other
Wonderful.
projects.
By all means. Fair enough.
mistrust your employees, but you have to understand that security just in general for everyone as of late has not exactly been consistent. There's been a lot of leaks, a lot of information going around that shouldn't be going around.
Well, I can assure you that Talaris is taking this very seriously, and we are very disciplined in checking and doing our very best.
We are.
But anyways, did I miss anything?
Not too terrible, but
Really,
I don't
no.
think.
Well, I certainly do hope that you are up to snuff with your security, but on that same subject, there was a unmarked drone that was tampering with cameras at the clinic, and I would like a more thorough search, perhaps pulling in others, to investigate as to whomst this drone belonged to and why they were tampering with our security. I would also caution you all to double-check your drones.
Understood.
Yeah, we don't use drones at Wodo, so you know.
I will look into my own then, just in case it has been tampered with.
And on that same subject, I would suggest that the drone directly behind you have its memory wiped and immediately leave this meeting.
Good point. Leon, wipe all traces of this meeting from your memory, and leave.
Memory deleted.
We have a decker on hand too to make sure that this is confirmed.
I am skilled in decking myself, and with respect, I would like to double-check that that has actually happened.
By all means, after the meeting, you are free to do so.
Very well.
And if you want a very skilled decker, my traitor is still on ice for the next 5 days, and will follow orders without question. If you want me to use their skills to get you information, let me know.
To give them access to the information, revolving them, you know, the whole decking situation. They might find out the information that, you know, they have 7 days to live, so that doesn't seem like a very good idea.
I want to make something very clear, Miss Skylark. They don't have a choice. They don't have a will. They're a soldier. There's nothing to worry about. They don't have a will of their own.
Just like the extra steps of precaution. There's plenty of trickers out there that can give me a ring.
If it makes you feel safer, I rescind my offer. No. It's alright. I understand your precaution.
This
Wait.
is potentially another option we could go with. It is just a drone, and we could terminate.
Will we have proof when the deed is done? Will we be able to see the body? Because I can't have you just telling them to change into different form.
Like trial and execution.
Like I said, public execution. You can watch the body drop if you want.
I might have missed that.
As an extra precaution for this execution, as they are a shapeshifter, I would like a public bioscan done during the execution.
Understood.
Yeah, Nirvana can take the corpse.
Aye, we could provide assistance during the execution.
I see. So far, my higher-ups and those above me have informed me this should be an internal matter. However, anything I can do to instill faith, I shall. But for the most part, this is a Mars business.
I do appreciate the sentiment, but the person in question has done public acts of terrorism.
How do we know that you're actually going to kill the person that, because we don't actually know what their current, I don't know any Dace Valentines, and if we were to look them up in the system, I don't think they would come up. So how would we know that you actually are killing the person that you say you are?
Perhaps in that front, during the execution, they change. Show off the ability that they use, so that way we are certain it is them.
Perhaps, though there are more than one shapeshifter in the galaxy.
Change. I guess I'm not the person. Just not do their ability.
However, he did say they were a dying breed.
Indeed.
Finding another one to replace them in order to keep the original alive does seem a bit of a stretch.
Shifters are 1 in a billion. Trust me, if I could find another one, I would. They're useful.